get this week 4 recap started. We got Chudley Cannons out of the gate versus I Like Bortles. And BT coming strong with 100 points, 101 points to be exact. Carson Palmer, CJ with 11. And Antonio Brown still doing his thing, twerking and all.
If Antonio Brown is left one-on-one with anyone in that dance.
On the other hand, I like Bortles. Bortles finally did come through, so I like that play as well. But, moving on down the line, Julian Edelman, 1 point. Dennis Pitta, 1 point. Ain't going to cut it for this 1-3 team. So either change the name, change the lineup, do something, Ryan. You got to figure it out, man. BT, you're back on 2-2, and you're right in the middle of the pack. So, whatever you've been doing has been working so far. All right, enough of that. Game 2 of Week 4. This is runner-up for Game of the Week, y'all. We got Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife versus Gotta Catch 'Em All. That's Peter and Will for you laymen. Now, Peter pulled it out with Matty Ice, top scorer in fantasy so far. And he had Le'Veon Bell coming back. I think he's got Tommy on his bench. Got to watch out for Week 5. It came down to Monday night because Kyle Rudolph came through with the touchdown, and the Vikings D is turning out pretty good, to be pretty good. William, on the other hand, he's at 1-3. Made a trade for Stephon Diggs. Didn't quite work out this week, 4.6 points. Drew Brees, 11 points. I mean, Isaiah Crowell and A.J. Green are your only real players, and it's pretty evident in your record. I mean, you're not the only 1-3 team, but you're down there towards the end. But it was 120 to 111 final score. Like I said, runner-up to Game of the Week. It was a classic, and it was good to watch, but we'll catch both of you next week. Now on Game of the Week, Dillon Panthers versus a team has no name. That'd be Brandon and Shane. Now, this one was fun to watch, partly because that Denver game got postponed and Emmanuel Sanders was in limbo. I mean, he got 14 points, but Shane, man, your defense, -4. Gostkowski, -1. That's right, he didn't score any points versus the Bills. The Bills. Anyways, Dillon Panthers coming strong with 101 points. May not win in most weeks, but got the job done this week. Andrew Luck over across the pond getting 17 points. Frankie still doing it. 15 points across the pond. But Julio Jones, the big story. If this kid didn't have 300 or 350 or 400 or a gajillion, kabillion yards like he had, maybe Dillon Panthers is looking at 2-2. Instead, he's at 3-1. I think he's tied for second place right now. Shane, you're back lonely at 1-3. Hey, join the crowd. It's still a long season, but congratulations, you two, for the best game this week. And hope to see more of the same from both y'all. Next on the docket, Team Kristen versus Driller Than Spiller. Not the highest scoring game, and Ange really didn't put up much of a fight. But hey, I'll give credit where credit is due. Kristen had Derek Carr, 23 points. Ezekiel Elliott turning into a real star, and with 21 points this week. T.Y. across the pond, a solid 10. And the Seahawks D and Hauschka, she's riding that to victories these last 2 weeks. Started 0-2, but she's back to 2-2, so a force to be reckoned with now. On the other hand, Ange is a very different 2-2. She's lost one, which was this week, but Cam Newton may not even play next week. I'm a little nervous about him. Lamar Miller, probably not really going to do much. Ange, if you want to trade, you can let me know. I could use a running back. She's got Gronkowski coming back, who had 1 point, but, that's without Tommy B, who's from, yeah, that's right. Allen Hurns, though, is still a wide receiver number 1. She had him at his flex at 10 points, but 59 points, and not going to get it done. Team Christian takes this week, but I expect better from both of you as well. Now we move on to the next game, Honey Bunches of Votes, Marta versus Sam I Am. Craig, I got to tell you, we're all disappointed in you. Thought you would take down Marta right now, who's in first place. So let's begin on that side of the coin. Marta, DeMarco Murray, still killing it. Probably the best running back in fantasy. Greg Olsen doing well. I mean, Andy Dalton. She only had 81 points, but everyone knows her team is pretty good. It's either that or she's getting really, really lucky, which she might be getting really, really lucky. But either way, Marta's doing her happy dance. Hey, Marta, how does your happy dance go again? Hey, Marta, good job. On the other side, Sammy, man, 66 points. Not going to get it done. I think it's time to cut your boy Eli. Hunter Henry, I mean, solid play with 12 points, but nobody else really came to play except, hey, LaShawn McCoy. But, I don't think Craig really cares about this week in fantasy because the Bills shut out the Patriots for the first time since 1993 or some shit. So I think he's going to remember that more than this fantasy week. But Marta's definitely going to remember it. She's 4-0, much like the Minnesota Vikings. She's got a win streak at 4, which puts her in first place. Craig, on the other hand, another 1-3 team, just looking for answers. Hopefully he finds them, just like your boy Rex Ryan. But expect better from you, Craig. Marta, hopefully you'll lose very soon. But, I still wish you all the best. All right, folks, that does it for this week. Well, not really. I guess we got one more game to get to. That would be team... See my hands? Yeah, okay. Versus Holt 45. And, this game is probably the most underwhelming of the week. I won't lie. But Mackenzie did win it with Russell Wilson. I know she's a Seattle fan, so she always got to play him. But that was her only player besides the kicker in double digits. I know your Bengals D got you 14 points, but everybody else... take a long look at your roster, Mackenzie, because 78 points typically does not get it done. Unless you're playing the 1-3 Holt 45, so you can't fucking buy a win. Because Phillip Rivers, 18 points. I think Big Ben had 33. Would have put him in. Left my boy Fozzie Whitaker out. I would like to note, though, DeAndre Hopkins and Deshaun Jackson together got 0.9 points. How am I going to get 1 point from 2 receivers? 2 starting receivers. I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of like whatever, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, better luck next week, Scott. And Mackenzie, I know you'll figure it out. You're at 3-1. You're tied for second, 1 game back. It's a close race, folks. We got people separating, and we got people distinguishing themselves. But that 1-3 crowd, which I'm included, needs to pick it up. So, there's that. And finally, I've had 3 of these. It's time for me to pay up my side bets. And today, I will be reciting a poem from an American poet born in San Francisco, just down the road from San Mateo, where Tommy's from. You may know him as Roberto Lee Frust, but we call him Robert Frost. So, nothing gold can stay, much like this shot will not stay in the glass. Stay tuned. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaf's a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down to day, and nothing gold can stay.